Hopefully we're live. How's everybody doing? When do you guys want to confirm that we can actually see that we're out? Because I can't right now, because I only have one monitor. Maybe I can check on my phone.
I am looking for the live thing. I don't see it.
Oh no!
It's saying waiting for Cheshire Vic.
Is it saying waiting still?
Let me just refresh it and see if it comes up.
See if it went live. Did we do it?
It says, oh, 3:30 waiting.
I trust nothing. YouTube's been weird with notifications lately.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so.
I see your point.
It just.
I see your point.
Yeah, it says waiting still.
It says waiting still. Maybe it will go in as soon as the thing hit. It might wait until like the actual thing. Maybe you guys can just see my thing.
I had to shut it out.
Oh, it says it's going, but it's not happy about it. Let me check something.
Really? Okay.
It doesn't approve.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've refreshed it a couple of times.
Yeah, I can't see it though. Where are you guys getting the link?
No,
I got a notification through YouTube. I just followed that.
Let's try if it goes now.
Please happen.
This is the problem with being where I am right now. The internet connection is not the greatest. Sorry, I'm just messing with some of the, like the bit rates and seeing if I can get it to go through.
I think so. Something's happening. Yeah, we are live.
Did we do it? Did we get in? I see us circling.
I'm not seeing it on my end.
Yeah, I'm seeing the spinning ring of death.
Yeah, we're live.
Can you see my screen?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can see it. We are live. It's buffering now for some reason.
There we go. Getting something.
So it recorded all of that. We were live all the while we were trying to get.
Yep. We might have something.
Yes.
The video quality might not be the greatest right now. We'll see what we can do with it. Check the latency. Oh wow, it's got me checking my phone right now. We are way behind. Well, you know, at least it's something.
Like it's buffering again. Yeah. Come on, work. Sorry, that was demonic.
Oh, boy.
Fingers crossed. I think we got it. I think it's might be functioning.
This is no, 4 girls, no pillow fight.
I think so. We are live, but there's a lag.
There's gonna be a lot of lag. Yeah. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it for what it is for now. So, we're not gonna have a whole lot of screenshots or anything today because again, I am on a singular screen. Hopefully the auto quality is okay because I'm not gonna be able to adjust it on the fly as easily as I could in my normal living space. However, here we are. Would everybody like to introduce themselves?
I'll start. Hi guys, this is Golden Unicorn from Twitter, and yep, I'm just a regular girl on the street. Welcome all to halftime of the month where we are having a timeout. Yep, welcome.
Sweet, you want to go next?
Hey, sweetie, then I'm not on the street, but that could change any moment. But here again, happy to be here as always.
It's good to have you. And over to my left.
Hello. It's once repressed. How are you all guys doing?
We're doing good. It's been a busy week for everybody,
I
I
don't really
think.
have much to say.
That's all right.
Oh yeah.
We're all just here to look pretty anyway.
Yeah.
So
I don't have my face. That's why it's literally just my picture. Oh,
I actually like.
you're showing your YouTube, Chish.
Yeah, it'll take a second. It'll pop up. I had to just do a display capture. I couldn't just do a Discord one, so it'll pop up and it'll swap back over to all of them momentarily.
Making sure you can see it.
Yeah, there shouldn't be anything like
So
bad showing. So. Oops, if there is, I guess.
Uh-oh, there's porn in the browser.
Oops.
Red's using it.
I did it again.
So, what we're going to be talking about today is essentially a girl named Lillee Jean and kind of the garbage that she's had to put up with since what we were able to confirm was around 2017. So it's now 2020, so that was, 3 years ago? I think? Is my math right?
Quick math.
Yeah. So essentially, I'll give the brief rundown. Lillee Jean is a girl who does makeup tutorials for the most part on her channel, and in those things, that's all she's doing. She does a whole lot of commentary. It's mostly like she's not talking about issues. She's mostly just talking about the makeup, what brands to use, what you should and shouldn't do with different creams and cleansers, and if you should be using powder or if you should be using whatever makeup you're using. It's a really straightforward channel. There's nothing terribly complicated about it, but for some reason this girl gets an insane amount of hate. An incredibly large amount of hate. Now, I've followed it for a while because we actually had her on over on Steve McRae's channel to talk about cyberbullying and be like, why is this happening to you? This is bizarre. And we had her and her mother on, and the reason we had her mother is because her mother is her manager. So we got to talking to them for a little while to see if we can kind of help them kind of suss out what had gone on. And we were able to help them a little bit, but we could only do so much. Then they got picked up, and Defango has attempted to give them a little bit of a... Again, it's not to, like, help them through back doors. It's not to do anything, like, illegitimate. It's to be like, okay, where did this come from? Why and how or can we get this to stop? Because this is unreasonable. Do you guys have any questions about kind of where that is? Does that make sense?
So what's the hate about? Like, why? Like, what's the main focus of whatever the hate's coming about?
Yeah, so most of the people that I've noticed have latched onto this after the fact, that weren't part of, like, the initial group of people who, or one or two people that actually started this hate train. The people who have latched onto it now are essentially saying that Lily's mom is a bad manager and a bad person because they think that she's said this or done this, which they can't really verify that she has or hasn't done, except in one or two cases where I would agree is probably gray area, like, yeah, that's probably not okay. And they're using that to essentially bully the hell out of this young woman who turned 18 last year. And remember, I said this had been going on starting 3 years ago. So, she was a minor.
Oh, so they're going after a minor due to guilt by association because of what the minor's mom.
The sin of the parent.
Why would you do that? It's so ridiculous.
Well, I had this an engagement with a...
My thing is what?
Yeah, I had this engagement with a mom on Twitter. And essentially she was saying that... well, no, they started the bullying, or Lore, her mom started the bullying, therefore it's okay. She's justifying it through that means. And I said, well, wait a minute, you had a daughter. By that logic, because you're now bullying Lillee, I can now bully your kid for your actions. And I asked out on Twitter, I was like, parents, anybody on Twitter, does this seem reasonable to you? Is that okay? Are the sins of at what point is this legitimate, and where does this logic follow?
So, okay. So, one, they're going after, so there's no other reason they're to go after Lillee?
Those are the only reasons that that's the
it?
only justifications or reasoning that they have given me, and what I've seen on Twitter when engaging with these people. That's the only things that they've been saying that are even remotely close to legitimate or even close to being true. The other one is from watching interviews with Lillee's mom, because a few people have had her on to try and talk to her to be like, what happened and why is this happening? The best I can sort out is that essentially there is one woman who is like, I don't know how old she is, but she is older than we are. She is an adult, who didn't like Lillee for some reason. Infer whatever you would like from that. Who basically started this campaign against her, and her mom got in touch with this woman to try and sort out like some kind of ground where I don't care what I need to do. Do you want me to apologize? I'll lick your feet. Just stop. Like, I just want this to stop. I'll do whatever you want me to. Just leave my kid alone. And essentially what this person told her was, no, I'm not going to stop. I like doing it and it's fun. So it's a troll. It's a troll who's enjoying the engagement.
Oh, wow. Oh.
And that's not everybody.
Troll.
Yeah, that's not everybody. That is just where it started from. There are people who have tried to. A lot of people don't understand, and a lot don't understand what has happened because you've got so many larger channels and larger places that are talking about this, but all they're doing is perpetuating the bullying of a minor and validating the bullying of a minor who did nothing because somebody didn't like the way they perceived something that somebody did, unrelated to them entirely.
So for their personal opinion. So it all started with someone's personal opinion of Lillee's mother's behavior, and they just launched into a campaign. Is it?
Yeah, that's what
Going
it seems
after
like.
Lillee.
That's what we've been able to suss out so far.
Pretty much.
A lot of them
Uh-oh.
A lot of
Skipping.
them seem to just like not like Lillee to begin with. Like, it almost seemed like it was a vendetta to start.
Yes.
Well, there are some that are haters for sure. They're just,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they
yeah.
have
And
no
as soon as
actual
you feed the
concern about
trolls, more trolls appear. You know.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's a snowball effect. It's that this one person didn't really like her or her mom for whatever reason, and then they started just making shit up. And like, you know how it is on the internet. You put something like that out there, and now you've got people that are writing blogs and that are making videos without getting this information. We've got people who are essentially posing as journalists that are just trying to take advantage and make money off of this minor who was bullied up until the age of 18, and now she's 18 and they're just making money off of her name and just letting her get thrown under the bus. So they're like, it's all carrion. They're all just coming around to see what they can pick whatever they can off of her, and I was legitimately talking to the blogger that made the most recent post, and she said, I don't care. Yeah, she said she didn't care about talking to them or getting information out. She was only going to do a story because it's a story. She didn't care about information, even though this story is way better if you actually look at both sides. This story is far more interesting if you actually look at both sides. These trolls have admitted and bragged about buying followers for Lillee to make it look like she's bought followers.
So let me get this straight. She made a joke, and it was blown out of, and it was purposely put out as it was a serious confession. Where have I heard that before?
Hate trains.
Oh, you can't.
This is. Can we please keep in mind that these trolls, back when Steve and I talked to Lillee, her trolls showed up to talk to us. This is the group of trolls that thought I was 17. This is those people. This is those people.
Yeah, so the people with so much concern for people being taken advantage of that they throw them under the bus at every opportunity.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
So,
we're just concerned about Lillee. We're just concerned about Lillee. Well, then stop harassing her. Leave Lillee alone, then.
Okay, so
So we're threatening to kill her. Yeah.
yeah, I like this question answer thing going on because it kind of gets out the more. I'm like an interviewer and I'm interviewing someone, so it looks like a good format. So my next question is, how far has the bullying gone and the harassment has gone that and obviously it's gone to great magnitudes. That's why we are talking about this today.
Yeah, is
especially now that
essentially
Lily is now no longer a minor. So yeah.
yeah.
So what examples can we see of how she was
So
harassed?
we're talking about starting from 2017 onward, so it's a long length of time. This isn't like a short period. This is 2017 onward. And then you've got people that are messaging her directly. You've got people that are messaging her fans. You've got companies that have started working with her that have then been inundated with tweets and emails saying that her mom is racist or transphobic, which they can't demonstrate. They try to say that she threatened a pregnant 19-year-old. Didn't happen, because I talked to that 19-year-old. Didn't happen. I had a conversation with her.
The source. Wow.
I went to the source. Now she says that she was threatened, but that's mischaracterization. What had happened was that Lily's mom had said, "You need to be careful with the way you're behaving online. Somebody could call CPS on you, because people do that." So she didn't guess. She warned her that you need to be careful, and you're 19 and pregnant. If you're freaking out like this, you're going to put your child at risk, and you're putting yourself at risk, etc., etc. It was not from a place of malice. How do I know this? I watched the exchange. I watched it happen.
So she was looking out for the best interest of the 19-year-old.
Yeah.
So she was giving out the knowledge she learned on internet, I guess, how to behave on internet. That you don't talk about certain things because it might jeopardize your parents.
Yeah, or
so
if you
which she is now,
and which she has now experienced, being a mom dealing with the way the internet is.
Trolls. Okay.
This is the person that this is the person that says, or that people are referring to when they say that somebody was doxxed. Right? So people have said that somebody was doxxed and people were cheering on the doxing of somebody. Nobody has been doxxed through this. Nobody. The closest thing is that girl. Yeah, that girl showed her driver's license and took a picture of it on Twitter. That's not anybody doxing you. That's you took a picture of your license and showed it. Nobody asked you to do it either.
You're putting out your own information.
She put out her own information.
What do you expect if you put it on a public platform? So, okay, so they dox themselves in a way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, God, this is so ridiculous.
Nobody's been doxed.
And I was watching that other video where Danger Zone, our friend, if you can say, he was, so it was something like that. Oh, this guy doxed someone. They didn't dox correctly. It didn't go as it was supposed to go, but they doxed someone. I'm like, so how did he dox someone? If he didn't dox correctly?
Yes, so he failed at dox. He failed at, yeah.
Yeah.
So my other concern is that, okay, there are people sometimes who accidentally let out information that they don't intend to, right?
Yep. No, yeah, that happens.
It's not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
You punishing that person for doing doxing is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Danger Zone might have put out some information by mistake, but he didn't do that. So it's not even doxing.
No.
And
what they're calling doxing,
to make it look like it was doxing.
With him, what they're calling doxing is that he went on their YouTube channel, went to the About page, because to make a YouTube channel, you have to put in an email. He clicked show email, proved he wasn't a robot, because the only reason it's hidden is because people would basically create bots that would go and collect everybody's email and then spam them. So you have to click that you're not a robot, and then it shows it because your email is public when you put it on YouTube. There's a mix of two issues going on here. One, people don't know what doxing is, and two, people don't understand what information you're putting out is actually public. Danger Zone's video is a very good example of showing you what exactly it is that you're putting out there that's actually public. And that is information you guys should care about. That's information you guys should know. You should know what you're putting out there. I wasn't doxxed. So I never claimed to be doxxed. What I said was somebody perpetuated a previous doxing attempt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. Yep. Yep. They were attempting. Yeah. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so we got that out of the way. That Danger Zone didn't dox anyone, not it because doxing
Yeah.
one is
Oh.
intentional, and two, you need to give out really sensitive,
Oh, yeah.
private information, not not
It's-
public information for
It's
doxing.
name, location, or like a private phone number, something like that.
Phone number.
Private way to to contact
So
you.
he didn't do either. So it's not.
He didn't do
doxing.
any of these. Yeah, he showed somebody's
Seriously?
email, somebody's public email,
Which was
their public
Okay.
email, the way you
Alrighty.
contact them. Yes. So back to your original question is
What?
how far
Okay.
is this gone? Yeah, so people are accusing them of crimes. People are accusing them of and using these accusations that they fabricated and taken out of context to lose Lillee jobs. And I have heard, I haven't confirmed this, but I've heard that Lore has actually lost work. Her mom has lost work in the background from them seeking out her private information of where she works and what she does, and then contacting those people also. Please keep in mind, one of their biggest complaints about Lore's behavior was that she did contact somebody's one of the trolls' workplaces, to ask them to stop because it was the only way she had to contact them, to try and make an attempt to get this stuff to stop. So, and they're like, you can't do that. You can't phone. Right. So it was, as far as she was concerned, the only thing that she could actively take part in to stop her daughter from getting death threats. So at this point, one, is it valid or is it justified for her to have contacted his workplace? And two, if your biggest complaint is that she did this one time in an act of desperation, it is now okay for you to do the same thing to the extreme to her daughter. Not even to her. Panel? What do you guys think?
That's so sick, man.
I'm gonna have to get like a little
come
animation stamp that comes up over top
Draw
of
a
us when
line
something's
somewhere.
bullshit and it's just bullshit.
With the
Just a
farting
button
sound
you
or
press.
raspberry sound.
It's
Yes.
so awful. I don't know what the right word is for it. It is. It's sick.
And again, keep in
It's
mind,
sick.
this girl,
So
Sick and scary.
this is from when she was what? She is
terrifying.
18 now, so 18 minus 3. 15 when this started. 15.
Yeah.
Like, and in what way is this like? We see people who are child stars get bullied out of school because, like, the kid who played Anakin in Star Wars, bullied out of school because people didn't move the movie.
wow.
Rebecca Black,
And he
she did
literally
that song, and
doesn't like to be on camera.
exactly,
What?
Rebecca Black bullied out of
So many
school.
of those kids tend to be homeschooled. Yeah.
Exactly, so they get pulled out of school. Lillee was pulled out of school. Now, people say that, oh, she was homeschooled and her mom just controls her life. No, she was bullied out of school and chose to leave after the age of 15. She wasn't 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was going to school till 15, and so this last video I saw with the millions of likes. So they made another claim without demonstrating it. They said, "Oh yeah, she was homeschooled all her life,"
Yeah, no.
and they also made another claim that she fabricated all her life. And I was like, that's a big claim to make.
That's a big claim to make for
Without
somebody who just turned
demonstrating.
18. They've been
Yeah.
planning it since
Yeah.
they were 10.
What the hell is that? Like,
Here's
I
the
don't get it. Like, why don't people like assess these statements critically? Like, just think about it. That person just made a comment and didn't back it up, and just repeated old information.
Yeah.
Hearsay, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
And
and
put it
keep in
level.
mind that these people are doing expose videos. None of these people spoke to Lillee or Lore. You'd
Sorry, I
think
didn't catch that.
none of them spoke to Lillee.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you go to the source?
Yeah,
Talk
you
to
none
Lillee
of them
or her mother before you
because
go out.
exactly because what
Get
they're
both
doing.
sides of the story.
And here's my little bit of I'm going to expose these people. Let me just lay this out right here. These people are trying to take advantage of somebody who was a minor, is now only just turned 18, to make money off of her and basically burn her at the stake for a dumpster fire, bonfire for everybody to watch so that they can get clicks to make money. That's the real exposure going on here.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's really going on here. It's actually pretty disgusting.
It's
Yeah,
it's horrible, man.
they live in the drama bubble, and they need that fuel for that fire. It doesn't matter if
They're
it's true
ravenous
or
for
not.
it.
They're not going to
So
look into information.
Ravenous
It
is a
sounds
good word.
ridiculous. Well, sure, but we've heard crazier things. Yeah, and they just go along with it easily.
Well, and it's
We've heard of things like that. We've heard of controlling mothers, and we've heard of children who run the house, and those things. They do happen.
Mhm.
So I don't think that the red flags go off in these people's heads because they live in a world where they hear about this stuff all day, every day.
yeah.
so they're
Oh yeah.
kind of they see it when it isn't there. Something kind of that thing.
Yeah.
Or
Every
they-
little thing they will nitpick and they'll like, oh that, oh my god. So
Oh, this
See
is
red flags
abuse.
that aren't there, and they're ignoring the actual red flag.
Well, it actually does a disservice to people who are actually in those situations where you do have a controlling parent, or you do have a child who is in a dangerous situation, or you do have a child who's putting the parent in a dangerous situation. Like, these things happen, and when you start crying wolf, it makes it harder
Yeah.
to suss out when there actually is an issue. Like, you see stuff like that with, like, Onision. People try to talk to Onision. People try to figure out what's going on with him and talk to him to get what's going on. Why do people, if Lore and Lillee are such a big deal, why would you not want to talk to them about it? I'm getting contradicting information is what I'm saying from these people, and it's because they don't care. It's because they don't care. Like that journalist, writer, blogger said, they just want a story. They just want to click. They just want to abuse this poor girl who's been abused for 3 years and bullied for 3 years by these people incessantly in DMs to the point where they're sending messages to anybody who supports them. I'm really curious to see, there was that Sarah K girl, and that Sarah K girl watched the video Mania was talking about, and it was like, oh, hey, here's, why are you doing this to this girl? Like, nobody deserves to be treated this way. She hasn't done anything. None of the thing. All I had to do was Google search her to find out that half the stuff about her isn't true. So why are you doing this to this poor girl? We're all people. She took that video down. Thoughts on why that might have happened?
really?
Yeah, oh yeah. She took that video down and made a
my
post.
God.
Comment section.
Oh really?
I didn't see
Wow.
that she took it down, but I read a lot of the comments beforehand.
And how
Oh,
did that
wow.
comment section
I didn't
go?
even get a chance.
I didn't see the comment
A
section.
mixed bag.
I really hope
Wow.
that she comes
So-
back
It was
because
everything from the extreme of good to the really bad.
nasty.
So the
I-
title of her video was
I should have taken screenshots.
Yeah,
This
I
was
don't-
when it came out and I thumbed through real fast, but
Yeah.
that
I don't
was-
remember.
Out even it probably even got crazier.
Oh,
as it went
probably.
on.
Let alone what she
Yeah.
was getting
Right
privately.
away.
And keep in mind that these are they've confirmed that there's a good number of these troll accounts are all owned by 1 or 2 people. So you've taken like something that might be maybe 5 people who actually have an opinion that are, but it looks like 25 to 30 people. Right? So, because every time they're making a Twitter account, they need to have a email to go with it, etc., etc. So you're stuck at a situation where these people have a large like you've got 1 or 2 people on double the number of sock accounts. So you've got these people. She could have
Right,
again.
yeah.
This is the allegedly part. It's not without. We've witnessed it already, so it's not unreasonable for us to suspect that she got an unprecedented number of emails about the situation, of all people trying to help her and saying she doesn't really know what's going on, acting like they're nice people while also being probably the same people leaving completely shitty comments to try and manipulate this poor
Yeah.
girl into taking her. Like, this is not outside of the realm of possibility of stuff we've dealt with.
I was gonna say very familiar. Yeah.
I'm
So-
not. This isn't like allegedly and I'm pulling something random. No, this is like I
Yeah,
can't
this
confirm this without talking to Sarah, but it's happened with these people and we've witnessed it before, so it wouldn't be that surprising to suspect that they're using the same tactic here. I really hope that she does end up getting to look a little bit more into the story and comes back and because what she said and what she did was brave and accurate. Because like I said, what is the justification for treating this girl this way? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Even if a mother has even if you criticize her mother's behavior, the child does not deserve that.
Exactly. Like, there's no reason for you to be trolling Lillee like this, and you're trolling Lillee like this. Underage child, yeah.
Even if Lillee was responsible and she did stuff back when she was 15 and it continued on, that's still a child. Just because she just turned 18 doesn't mean all of a sudden, you start dumping on her. I mean, they were dumping on her before even, so when she was a child. But now that she's 18, it's gotten worse.
Do you want to address someone in the chat? Sorry, I had to interrupt. So it's someone named Diane Awesome Laser. She's they're like, you're lying. They doxed an innocent who they incorrectly thought was me. It's on video. Stop lying, Shishara.
So that's this person is, I guess, Diane. That's the Bifties. That's the main troll who started this whole thing, who admitted and said that she was just doing this for fun to troll somebody. So I don't care. Prove that I'm incorrect. Go. You have a channel now. Go make your own. Go make your own video and prove me wrong. Good luck.
Yeah.
Anyway, mods, you can take care of her now. She doesn't have a place here. We don't let trolls around here. You can go ahead and get rid of her now that she said her piece.
Yeah, cool. Yep. So, in the end, they were critical of Lillee's mom's behavior. They went after Lillee, and then they created false stuff about Lillee, and they've just not stepped back. They've just gone on and on.
They've gone on and on and on, and gone to the point where they're trying to contact any place that is hiring or giving brand deals to Lillee. So because of her mother's behavior,
with someone's livelihood
and her potential, essentially she has a lot of potential. She has a potential to be very, very good and very successful, and they don't want her to be. And that's what it is. And what we can hope is that brands will look past this and not support this, because currently with them doing nothing or dropping her, they're supporting, in this case, they're supporting the bullying of a minor for years and death threats and what's going on because they're not doing enough due diligence. Which we see a lot of.
That's also another question, the brands, why do they don't do their own due diligence before they drop or pick someone and everything like that? And hopefully, that will happen in future with all the brands Lillee gets associated with. So another thing that came up was, I think, so in some of the what I've read in the past, is that Lillee's engagement with her followers on the platform, it's very low.
So around the 1 or 2%.
Bought her followers.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. Like the tool they used was a free online tool, and it's not accurate. And as you have demonstrated on your GDC channel, when you put through famous brand names, and their accounts through that tool, they engagement for those brands.
We covered
for
this.
Example, L'Oreal.
Yeah, we covered this back through in October or November when we had them on. I can't remember when it was, before Christmas. We went through and we actually ran through like Maybelline or L'Oreal, and then we took like smaller channels ourselves, or you could pick anybody, PewDiePie, pick anyone and see what percentage it shows for their engagement. The answer is that one is not indicative of the other, right? You can't demonstrate that all of these followers are fake. You can't demonstrate your claim. You can say, hey, I think these accounts are fake because I think their engagement is low, but it's not enough to prove it. You can't say that she did, because you can't say that, oh, they own all of these accounts. You have to prove that. And what do you guys think would be a reason? How would you prove that? Like, what evidence would you need to prove that I owned like 7 other Twitter accounts if I did?
You actually logging into them or something, or something from your browser history that might come up, showing you logging into those accounts.
Yeah, or if you
That would
want
work.
Something like that.
IP addresses, yeah.
Yeah,
IP addresses, yeah.
Yeah, zeroing onto the same location, maybe. But
Um,
IP addresses can also be
VPN.
compromised. You can use
Yep.
VPNs for that.
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
hide them, but not everyone's
So,
smart enough to do
It,
that.
yeah. So
yeah,
your history,
it's
browser
a good
history,
example.
and your login info.
It's getting
And
yeah, they're
I
getting
will
better
say,
though. I mean,
yeah,
almost everybody has a VPN.
yeah, almost. I don't.
Almost.
Oops.
So
No
you have
reason.
to watch out for that when it happens. There needs to be another
Despite
way
what
to,
people think.
Yeah. So,
Massive troll army.
yeah. Well, it's just
uh-oh.
it's getting more affordable and easier to access. So.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's becoming cheaper. So, so for those, I have a personal opinion. For those who say, "Oh, these accounts appear to be fake because they have fewer pictures or they have very cliched storylines or their bio info," you should see my bio on Instagram, and you should see the number of pictures I have. You all can verify. Shesh can verify. How many pictures do I have?
Yeah,
And what is in my bio?
like
It will look
4.
like it's been copied pasted from someone else. Yeah,
I could go look right now.
Maximum 6.
I don't even know
I'm gonna
how
go look
I
right now.
am.
Yeah. I'll look.
Don't use it.
Go at the corner one, not the golden unicorn. That's like so I don't even use that one. So that's just I just catched onto that so that if it becomes a brand name, I can use it. That's the whole
That's
reason.
smart thinking.
So my-
Pragmatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you saying my account is a fake account? Come on.
Obviously.
So
Yeah.
yeah, why does it
Obviously, you're just a troll because you have a brand account and a personal account. Because that is something that they tried to say. They tried to say, look at they're creating all these accounts because they have a management account and they have a personal account.
Dang it,
You have
God.
you have 8 posts. 8 posts. I looked
Yeah.
her up. She's got 8.
Get it? And I don't know, Shesh, if you, I don't know, I'll show you my brother. You know, one day I'll show you my brother's Instagram. He's connected to me. His pictures, and he's supposed to be in armed forces, right? And his pictures, he looks like an Instagram model.
Ooh.
Okay? So the very
I'm hurt that you haven't shown them to me sooner.
I know. Where have these pictures been?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh shit.
She's holding out on us.
She is.
Okay. And okay.
I want you to see
he
my hot brother.
Right.
Oh, yeah, oh, by the way, because she decided to show up in the chat and has probably been removed by now, guys, she has a channel with her own videos. I highly recommend that you go to her channel and go see what she has posted, that troll. Go see what she's posted and watch her video and see how many of her claims that she demonstrates. Go on to any of the ones that are, because these are at this point, they're like, any of these exposed videos or these exposed blogs or whatever about Lillee, go and see how many of them actually show any proper information or actually demonstrate a single one of the claims they made. We looked at Lillee's old blog that they were calling racist, that she wrote when she was like 14. We looked at it. We read it. It's not racist. There's nothing racist in it. And she was 14.
Post, yeah.
Poor, yeah.
an asshole at
Again,
14.
Here's the thing,
That
yeah.
literally was like one love.
Yeah. Poorly
Well, no,
worded.
that's a kid. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
could have
a
been
kid
worded
trying to
better.
Get their thoughts together.
Yeah, it could have been worded better, sure, but she's 14. What are you, like? It's still better written than the blog that one lady wrote about her that I was talking to on Twitter. The 14-year-old that you're complaining about wrote a better blog than you did. Now. But yeah, good luck. Good luck. They can't demonstrate any of these claims. Oh, there's something wrong with the volume?
Yeah, the volume's low.
Yeah,
They're saying yours is best and mine is like 60% and Sweet's like 40 and Nikki's like 20 for some reason.
All right, let's try
I
that.
don't know why.
Oh,
I
I
don't
see
know,
how
my-
it is.
I made an
I'll
adjustment.
double-check
Hopefully
my
that's better.
settings, but it said they were all the way up.
Oh, it's on my end. I tried to balance everybody ahead of time on the stream, but I probably didn't quite get it right. So hopefully that's better. So Nikki, you've followed. Yeah, you're good. Once you said that you've followed a good number of dramas in the past. right? Like you've watched, you followed the Onision thing, you followed a good number of things. Can you tell us what seems similar in this story, what seems different in this story, and kind of maybe suss out compared to other, like, I would call this predatory. I would call this predatory at this point. They're just trying to use her and abuse and don't care about what is going to happen to her with all the incorrect information they're putting out. But in your opinion, what do you think?
Honestly, when it comes down to this situation versus other situations, a lot of the stuff that they talk about with Lillee is just like, why does this matter? Like, because I follow a lot of like the big stuff, like Onision, that acapella kid that actually did go to jail for child pornography charges. I followed like people breaking law. I watched some of Philip DeFranco, and all of these stories have some form of like, oh, this person's breaking the law. This person is abusing other people for clout. They're lying to their fans. They're doing all this stuff. But with Lillee, it's literally just a 14-year-old who may or may not have bought subs on a beauty channel while she's a child. So it to me, this honestly, they just picked a little girl to kind of attack, and they just blew it out of proportion. And to me, whether or not she did do it, which it clearly seems like she didn't, it's just like, why are you attacking?
I think that's a reasonable question. I think that's a reasonable question at this point. I think that anytime, like, if you guys care to be active against bullying and stuff like this, attacking people isn't going to get anywhere. That doesn't help anything. However, asking them why something matters or why you are doing this, I think are very legitimate questions. Although I do recall there was
especially when you look at in the frame of...
Yeah. I was gonna say, I do recall that there was also another... Yeah, we got the lag issue going on. There is another side to that story that they were saying that, oh, well, Lillee didn't do this. Her mom bought her the followers. Well, one, how is that her fault? And two...
Yes.
At what point... How does that justify the lengths that you've gone to at this point? If she bought all the followers and none of them are real, then she's going to fail in the future about whatever she's doing because she doesn't actually have any kind of following. Now, there is a bit of an issue here where you've got somebody who is breaking out, who is relatively getting into this industry, so she doesn't have any kind of support network. She doesn't have diehard fans that are gonna get death threats and be like, whatever. Like, she doesn't have that kind of a system going on, and especially since she's part of the beauty community, not really the vlogging type community. These people who are watching her aren't engaged in that way. It's a different kind of engagement. You don't expect, like, for me, if you're in my comment section, it's reasonable because we're having a conversation. It's expected that you're going to share your opinions. But if I'm just doing eyeshadow, what the hell are you going to talk to me about?
I think the volume is still an issue. The chat's saying they can't hear Nikki at all.
You can't hear Nikki. What?
Come on.
Okay, well,
you guys just don't love me. I'm sorry.
I've cracked. She's really loud on our end. I'll turn Sweet up again too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I brought Manya's volume down a little bit.
Ears?
I have no. Okay, talk now.
See voice settings.
No, don't worry about your settings. Just let me adjust it. Don't change, guys. Don't change yours. It'll make it more difficult for me. Try now. Talk now, Nikki.
Hands up.
Steve is saying that all volumes are low.
All right. Well,
at least
hopefully
as of a few minutes ago.
I've done my best. Hopefully that'll fix it. Keep in mind, guys, that we also have a really long lag.
Testing.
Trying.
Testing.
We have a really long lag period.
Guys, let us know if it's still a trouble.
Hopefully we've got it.
Nobody knows my trouble.
Nobody knows.
Maybe I should put the mic like again.
You're gonna eat your mic?
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah, like
do it.
Here.
Put it in your
seems
mouth.
like let's try to kind of view from the other side. What would justify going to somebody's workplace and shutting down their career before it's even started? What action could you take? I can think of one, and the one I can think of is that you're known to abuse children and you're trying to work at schools.
Someone's saying, okay, sorry, I had to go to the chat, that's wrong. I'll complete Shashai's thought. That's like, that has no purpose. Unless you want to feel good about yourself and feel a deep black hole in your heart, maybe then, and you're insecure about yourself, you know. But there's someone in the chat who says, Lady Jane, yes, we have a lady amongst us. Her social blade
none of us
indicates
are
she
real
buys
women.
followers. Her skills are problematic. Pardon?
Yeah, ladies don't belong in here.
We're not real women.
Nah, we're not. So she's saying her social blade indicates she buys followers. How? How does that indicate?
We've
Okay.
actually
Again,
shown the opposite.
Yeah.
But sweet,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
And regardless, we could say you could assume we can give her for charity. Say okay, say she does buy followers. Does that justify what she has gotten in return for that?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Is the extreme reaction to such a silly thing like that? I mean, who is she hurting by doing that?
Harmless.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally have people like God, I'm so sorry, I cannot remember his name. But he was like this blonde heartthrob acapella guy, and he actually had girls make child porn for him. And it literally took 6 years of traction and 6 years of girls coming forward for him to even be kicked off the platform. And all of his videos are still active, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So then you have this little girl who might have bought some followers. And she's getting down.
They're getting the outrage.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And then you have this. It literally, to me, it makes no sense. It's almost like people attacking a little girl because it's easy money. It's easy.
Well, these are.
She's an easy target.
Yeah, it's like schoolyard bullies. They go after the one they think is weak and defenseless because they're weak and defenseless.
Yeah, and
just the disproportionate hatred and the disproportionate like cancel culture that you have with this, to me, is just absolutely disgusting. With Onision, it's been 10 years of him being a disgusting human being for people to just now start noticing it. But this little 14-year-old girl, because she started her channel when she was 14, right? She's about 14.
15.
No. She got a blog when she was 14. She's been around for a while. She got the bullying started when she was 15.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have this little girl, 14, 15, and she is getting all of this hatred right now. And it's all only about maybe buying followers and then having some fun on the internet. It literally makes no sense. And it's just, it's disgusting.
Well, and listen to how superfluous and listen to how benign and superfluous the second half of that comment was. Her skills are problematic. You don't like the way she did her makeup? You don't, so death threats. Oh, okay. Hold on. I don't like the way she's doing her makeup. I'm gonna Color Pop and say they shouldn't hire her, and then I'm gonna call her from another phone and I'm gonna call Color Pop and say they shouldn't hire her because I don't like the way she does her eyeshadow. Get out of here.
Because Color Pop can't make up that decision for themselves. They're not the experts that would know. Obviously, they're not going to hire her if she's not doing things correctly the way that they like.
I don't like the way she does her makeup, so I'm going to call Color Pop and tell them about how she's racist. You're not even going to get her on the merits. You're not even going to try and get her on the merits that you actually disagree with. What you actually disagree with is you don't think that she's grown organically and you don't like her makeup. So you're gonna make shit up about her so that way she can't do makeup anymore because you don't like the way she did it. Oh no, let's not give her tips or help her to get better at doing makeup. Let's call people that are gonna hire her and call her racist. And harass the companies that are hiring her and harass her and send messages to her followers and send them death threats. Like, really? Totally justified.
Valid, yeah.
Seems legit,
So-
bro.
I want to add on to that. So the message they're trying to send out is anybody who is mediocre at doing makeup does not deserve a platform. Is that what they're saying?
Or
That someone who has mediocre makeup skills, they don't deserve a million followers? Like,
or
they
on
can't be
top of that,
relatable?
we don't like what her mom said, so we're gonna cancel her daughter. We don't like the way Lore reacted to something, or even better, which is probably more accurate for the trolls, we like the way Lore reacted to something because she reacted, period. And so now we're gonna keep going after Lillee because we think it's funny to watch her out. You wanna go after
over her child who's
if you care about this, why are you not going and commenting on toddlers and tiaras? Why are your entire Twitter accounts focused around Lillee Jean? Because you're a troll.
It's almost as if it's about the person and not about the action. Not that we haven't seen that before.
Wow. Yo, guys, by the way, get ready for all the death threats we're all about to get.
What are you talking about? So,
Ridiculous.
I'll point out some stuff and we can discuss around it. So, like, you know, and if
please.
anybody wants to point out their stuff, then we can just
Shoot.
So another thing that people were talking about, that she faked some of her stuff. Like, now let me list it. Like, going to Met Gala, having her own what do you say, makeup line.
She
cover
was
girl
the
billboard.
The cover girl, billboard.
The bites, the beauty bite thing.
Yeah. So they're saying she's lying, and okay, what is she lying about? That she was on CoverGirl and you can't recognize like someone who's dreaming. You know, there's a dream wish. People make posts about dream wishing, you know, that they were somewhere, either at Met Gala or on a cover. So you can't recognize that? Like, come on. That kid was clearly wish dreaming.
The thing. This is what they're saying that she's lying about, though. She was on a billboard. She was on a billboard because she won a contest. What they're saying she's lying about is they're like, she wasn't hired by CoverGirl. She just won a contest. But she never said otherwise. She just said, I got to be on a billboard. So they're just making it up.
Okay, so she was on a billboard.
Yeah.
So she was on a billboard because she won a contest.
She won a contest.
And the problem is, she won a contest.
Yeah.
What the hell?
How dare she?
Right?
How dare she?
I don't like the way she.
God.
I don't like the way she does her eyeshadow. She shouldn't have been on that billboard. So she should die.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there are more talented people in the world, so she's a worthless human.
Yeah, like, so she's lying and taking advantage of a system, and she's buying followers when other people could be getting those opportunities who are better, like me, the old grumpy lady who started the whole thing.
Which doesn't make sense. Buying accounts for your followers doesn't take away from other people gaining followers that are legitimate. If you're good enough and you're better than her, you gain actual people following you. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't. I mean, it's not based on followers. I mean, does the makeup artist with the most followers automatically get the job? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. Mm-hmm. You know. Have your skills that you fall back on.
It might get you enough attention
so
that you might get noticed, but if you don't have the skill, you're not gonna get it. And they do vet these people.
No,
like she's verified.
Yeah,
on
you could have followers for a million reasons.
Yeah, and she's
verified on Instagram.
She was verified on Instagram, which means that they actually would have had to go through her account to make sure it's actually legitimate and not all bot followers. One of the things that Defango brought up that was interesting is that they were saying. They were complaining that, oh, look at how many of these followers are Indian. It was like, yeah, because they like their women younger.
I'm Indian.
What he was saying was that
yeah. I'm Indian.
Yeah. What he was saying was that
me.
What he was saying is that it's possible that her photos got picked up by a pedophile ring. Is what he was saying. So then they started saying that, he's racist, he's saying that all Indian people are pedophiles, and it's like, that is not what he said. Shocker. They're
Okay,
taking things out of
am I-
context.
am I-
weird stuff.
Am I a
happens.
racist? Am I racist if I say Bob's and veggie?
I mean, if I did what you just did, it would be racist. But
Yeah.
you're allowed.
Yep.
Give me
I'm not
Bob's
allowed to
and
do.
veggie.
Nikki
Let me
and I-
tell you.
You two can do stuff. Nikki and I can't do anything. We're not allowed to do a damn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, Cheshire is Canadian, so everybody loves Canadians, you know. I was born in America, and I have to have that burden saddled upon me.
Yeah, you have all the white guilt.
That's okay. That's what all the weed in Colorado's for.
Exactly. You know, you just gotta abolish that, you know, that white guilt just by, you know, take a little hit of that spliff, you know. Ooh.
Tough to
Oh,
feel guilty up in the
And
class.
shrooms are decriminalized here as well, so.
Oh, ooh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so it's her fault that she has got followers from India. Is that what it's saying? So because her
Yeah.
followers are from India,
No, it's because people in India don't
them.
exist. Therefore, no, the people in India don't exist. Therefore,
Yeah.
they're fake accounts
They
because
don't
they're
count.
Indian.
Basically
That
saying
sounds
India-
you're
that
following
sounds
her for the wrong reason.
racist. That sounds
Yeah.
racist.
India has a population of 1.2 billion and growing exponentially every year. Just imagine how
Right.
many young girls are part of that population. Just imagine, right? Young girls, or even grown as women like us, who might like her, who might like Lillee and her, maybe they like her mediocrity. Like, they're like, oh yeah, she's mediocre. Yep, I can relate to that. I relate to Lillee. And I don't think she's mediocre.
I mean, she does do like
I love
super
her.
easy videos too, so people who
Yeah.
are just starting to get into makeup, and everybody has a starting point. This is the beginning of her story. She's only been playing with makeup for a couple of years, and already she is better than most people who've been doing it for 15 years.
She's
So
better than me.
This
I don't
is
know
just the
crap
start,
about
and we get to
makeup.
see her grow from here.
I
Exactly.
get to paint
yeah.
you guys,
Like,
and I'm jealous because you guys
I
actually know
put
what
on
you're doing.
winged eyeliner, and
It's-
that's it.
I can't.
Yeah,
do
Exactly.
it's
that. This is
more than
for
I
my
care to
eyes.
learn, but
So this lady Jane is saying they had 60K on their music channel, and they had 20K comments on each video. So yes,
So-
there's a ratio, and I'm like, music is makeup for effing sake.
Yeah,
like, come on.
That's not this. Okay, the thing is that what you're talking about is, one, it still doesn't make your argument that they're fake. Two, it also is talking about two different formats. People discuss music. People discuss lyrics.
Yeah.
People things to talk about with with beginner makeup tutorials. The best you're gonna get is like some people questions. You are not going to get that. My engagement is very high. My engagement high because we have discussions, because this is a niche part of the internet, and because I have a lot of people who actually enjoy engaging in discussion. What you're doing is the same thing a flat earther does. You're not proving your point. You're just giving us something else to disprove. Make your point and
Yeah, so
prove
they're
it.
saying that because this happened here, so this can be duplicated here. That's not how it works.
No, it's not how it works. And on top
Each
of it,
claim
I
stands on its
I
own
guarantee you it's not even going to be I bet you that's not even comparable amongst music channels. I would be willing to bet that that is the same for every music channel. There's not going to be a consistency there, partially because YouTube doesn't have that kind of consistency. It doesn't work like that.
No, it does not. Because if you, let's see, let's talk about a YouTuber, Repzion. Okay.
Yeah.
We know how many followers he has, right? So when he makes videos about Onision, they get more views and shares and everything. But he makes when he makes videos on other content, they receive relatively less views. What do you make of that? Depends on the content of the video, what the video is about.
Right.
So you can't just make that blanket statement. Come on.
It doesn't apply.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow.
Nope.
Essentially is what it comes down to. And at the same time, again, you're detracting from the the criticism here. The criticism is, even if she did, we're granting you that. We already granted you this point. So even if she did buy followers, or her mom buy followers for her, how does that justify the actions taken towards her mom, and her followers to essentially intimidate them into no longer following her? How does that one thing justify this other thing? It doesn't. We're telling you it doesn't. You cannot justify attacking somebody's potential career of a child, because you've been doing this since 2017, of a child, because you don't like their fucking eyeshadow.
2017. Oh, look,
get
what
over
Lady
it.
Jane has come back.
It's a kid's eyeshadow. Why do you care so much? I have another question. You calm down your obsessive behavior.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a whole other thing we haven't even covered yet. We have not covered the mentality and the thought process of these people trying to justify it. Why do so many of these people care about this child's eyeshadow?
Yep.
That could be a whole other show. That's the deep dive.
I don't know. I can't
That's
wrap my
some
brain
like
around
real
it.
hard content.
Wow,
So
somebody
I will just say
photoshopped.
one. I will just.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is just one last statement I'll read from this account, Lady Jane, and you can just. They're just now being ridiculous. So where did it go? They were talking about this is supposed to be women supporting each other, not accusing people of ridiculous things because they have an opinion. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. So be it. I'll make mistakes. So Lily's mom can't make mistakes.
No. That's the closest you're gonna get to an apology. She just admitted that she's wrong, that it was her opinion, and she's gonna go on her merry way. Congratulations. Good job. I'm glad you've grown as a person tonight. Women supporting women.
Yeah, this is what this is about.
Also, us talking about this definitely doesn't support Lillee, who is also a woman. Only if you support the women we like.
Lady Jade, I think so.
We're not real women anyway.
I think so. You should show yourself out of the door, and please don't let that door hit your ass as you go out. Thank you very much.
Very confused what we were being accusatory of.
Yeah.
We've
Wait,
definitely said that people are trolls, but they've admitted to being trolls. So I mean, I don't know what we're accusing anybody of either.
I mean, yeah, those people exist. We're not saying, yeah. And does she think that we're talking about any questions about Lillee?
Wait, I've got a question. Is what we're talking
very specific
about...
people.
Well, I've got a question. Did she not say that women should support women and I should be able to have my opinion? Therefore, women should whatever. Are we not women having opinions, discussing an issue, and maybe we're actually getting a little bit more into the nitty gritty of saying I don't like somebody's eyeshadow? Does that not count? Is that not? Yeah. Are we not allowed to have those opinions because they don't agree with yours? Oh, damn, this is a vicious circle of bullshit, isn't it?
Ooh. Going round. Oh, now she's like, oh, okay, relax. So, okay, now you don't have... Now you suddenly realize that people are not... She realizes now people are accusing her of buying subs. And she's like, prove I didn't... I bought subs. That's how it works.
Oh, no. Oh, so wait, so what we can essentially say is that, oh, hey, this...
So now they're like, oh, can you relax now?
Yeah. Oh, wow, this random account is coming up and how music channel didn't buy subs. Whatever. Ridiculous. My goodness. You see why it doesn't work? You see, like you demonstrated how this doesn't work like that. You don't demonstrate anything. None of the videos have that have come out attacking Lillee have actually proven or shown anything. In fact, they actively say, even the articles that are being written, this is allegedly what's going on. These are some of the accusations. This is what people are saying. But they only say one side of what people are saying. They don't say what we're saying. They don't say what videos we've covered in the past. They don't say the things that the actual information that Defango was able to pull. Some of that is not conclusive. I agree that some of that information that he was able to pull was inconclusive, but some of it was also very telling. So it's a matter of data analytics, and it's a matter of if you're going to present that some people are saying this about this girl, and there are also people saying the exact opposite, and you want to just present what people are saying, then frame it properly, make it clear, and then do that. But that's not what's happening. And then on the other hand, and it's because they're trying to feed off her, they're scavengers. They're scavengers baiting for clicks. Isn't it sad that you have such large YouTubers going after a channel that is so small? That is so small in comparison. That is somebody that is younger than them. Somebody that doesn't have that experience. You have a massive following of people and you know it, and you're not getting the backlash, and you're not getting that backlash because you took the easy route. You did the easy thing. You are trying to take advantage of a young girl and perpetuate and validate the bullying of a minor. That's what I'm accusing people of. If you want to think I'm accusing people, that's what I'm accusing people of. Watch the videos. They'll show it. And they actually actively, besides saying that this is all allegedly, the other thing that they say is like, oh, well, these are the numbers, but I'm not going to get into that. Or, oh, well, the information is out there, but I'm not getting into that. And they never actually show anything. And they excuse it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and half of the videos are like about Lillee Jean's, talent or anything is based on their personal opinion, that she's mediocre or she's not as good as she claims, which I don't think so she's ever claimed. She just demonstrates what she does. And if she won a contest and she got on a billboard, kudos to her. That means she was good. So
yeah, she's gotten jobs and lost them. So you know if she's losing jobs that she's good enough to be getting jobs.
Yeah, now you're interfering with her livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you. Like, you're interfering with a child's livelihood.
And
when
a child's future.
When she's just sitting at home, making makeup videos and
Clearly
trying to improve. Having fun and trying to improve and just trying to earn money. That's it. That's what all beauty vloggers do, don't they? All, on YouTube do. They try and people who are calling her mediocre are sending out this message. Anyone who's mediocre does not deserve any recognition, or they don't deserve an opportunity just because they're mediocre. Really? Come on.
And that's not how that works. And on top of it, you're running into another issue, and essentially what that comes down to is not only do you need to be perfect at something, but keep in mind that there are large, like the large beauty people. Jeffree Star was in a bit of a scandal because he was photoshopping his makeup. Lillee does not Photoshop her makeup.
Yeah.
She shows you the beginning, she shows you the end. You've seen the whole process. There's no Photoshop going on. That's threatening. Yeah. That's threatening. That's actually awesome. To a lot of the beauty community.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
What I want to give props to her for is she's still making content. These people have been on her ass for 3 years, and she's still making content.
Yeah.
Like, props
she's
to
so
her.
determined.
Most people would not be able to do it.
To some degree.
Yeah, most people might just want to hide in a corner, but she's still out there.
Most people would have quit.
Kudos to her.
And if that doesn't show character and integrity, I don't know what does. Like, and we know the people who quit and run away. We know the people who people who get criticized and they block and echo chamber themselves into a corner. We've seen that happen. We know who those cowards are. Those people who can't take criticism. This isn't criticism. If you want to go and leave a message on Lillee's video that says, I don't like the way you did your eyeshadow, that's acceptable. You calling or emailing or harassing her followers, or anybody who hires her is not justified and not okay.
No.
Let alone these giant channels that are apparently so threatened by her 4K followers that they're like, I have 100K followers, better shit on this child.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like,
because I don't like her eyeshadow.
How much insecure? Yeah, how much insecure you have to be that supposedly a YouTuber who no one knows has 1 million followers and you're so, I don't know why you're so concerned with them.
Well, a lot of people don't realize how
so
big
far
the
only
is.
reason they gave
people Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, or how many people are on the planet in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 million followers
Come to
really
India.
isn't easy.
Yeah,
Come
it's
to India,
not.
you'll know. 1.2 billion
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
There are
Like
people all the
it's
time I come across where I see how many, yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of you before because I'm not in that circle. And
Exactly.
that's okay. It doesn't really phase me.
yeah, it's not a big deal, right? Like somebody doesn't know who you are. People come
No.
to like give people problems on Twitter all of the time, and people will give like I saw somebody doing some big thing with like the GDC and having problem with the GDC, and they were making an argument, and I came in and joined the conversation about their argument, and I was just they told me that it's like, well, clearly you don't know about this person's content. And I was like, it was like Steve, and I'm like, do you know who I am? Hi, what up? It's me, your boy.
Eh.
They're so informed and up to date, clearly.
Right? So you've got people that are like, nobody knows who this girl is, so let me tell you about all this shit a bunch of people made up about her, because it's all, allegedly. What? What? Why are you talking? Why are you trying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
manufacturing. They're like, nobody knows who she is, so let's manufacture some problems around her. I mean, I saw somebody at the end of their article wrote, well, bad attention is still attention, so maybe you can turn this into something positive. It's like, bitch, you're gaslighting her.
Jesus.
It's bad.
So
my glasses are sideways.
I don't get it. So the thing is that if let's buy an argument. She bought a phone. Okay, her engagement is not that good. She'll fizzle away, and she won't get work, right? Eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to be the catalyst of that? Why? Why are you? Why do you think you have to be responsible in doing that? Like
self-righteousness.
Why?
Oh, I did such a good thing because this person was a liar, obviously, and I've exposed this liar, and that makes me more moral than they are, no matter what I did to have to expose that person.
I mean, I would understand. I think if there are a handful, or however many people that legitimately do believe that she is somehow manipulating the system, making it more difficult for other people on the internet, if they really believe that, I can understand to a degree. Again, not the extent, but we don't know who. I mean,
right.
The people who are doing certain tactics don't fall in every category of what they're worried about. So they're the people who are just jealous, and I think those are the ones, and just the regular trolls that are doing the really horrible things. But then you have some people who are like, oh, well, we believe that she's a manipulative person and her mother's a manipulative person, so we're just kind of turning a blind eye to everything, or because we support, discourage platforms because we think that they're deceptive. Yeah, and that's a little bit more understanding, at least as far as if they believe that it's true.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who need to be calling out the people who are giving the death threats and the rape threats and everything like that, that are so far beyond just getting them off a platform. If that's your goal.
Is that even then,
because they're all getting lumped together at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is that they still shouldn't be deplatformed for it.
No, they shouldn't be. But the people who have different goals.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if you've got somebody who says, like, let's say somebody did buy followers and you were able to demonstrate that they did, in fact, buy followers, well, all you need to do at that point is say, hey, I've made this video, or I've contacted a couple people to make a video to demonstrate that this person did, in fact, buy followers, and actually show it, not just say, actually prove it. And then that's it. Your job is done. There is nothing more for you to do, because now people have been made aware, and then people can make their own choice. It's like some people might be more forgiving and being like, she was young. She just bought like a Facebook boost to like get her stuff shared around or whatever, and she spent $20 to like as part of like a promotion thing, and people might be more forgiving. But
oh my God, the blasphemy!
We see people in different communities get away with way worse all the time.
Oh, did we
get our first super chat?
We got a super chat? Oh yeah, by the way, we're monetized now, so you guys can send super chats.
Yeah.
What does it say? Read it.
We have
wow. Monetize.
That's
what it says.
This
It's
video.
It's from Quisa.
Oh, of course
It's
it's
Koisa. It's Koisa.
And they
Quisa.
paid us in 10,000 won, I believe.
Yeah, it's Korean, if I'm not mistaken.
I
I
think
don't know.
that's won.
W's with lines.
Oh,
What does it say?
Yeah, it's the W with the 2 slash.
Yeah.
oh wow.
Oh, it
monetized.
Oh, wow.
And we
Sorry.
got. What was the other one?
Let
we
me
got?
see what the actual word is for that.
I want to see what
That's
they said.
the only one
I
so
can't see the super chats. You guys got to read them.
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
what it said.
Oh, you said there were two.
That's what it
just
said.
said-
Oh
It says
wow,
wow.
monetized.
Oh wow.
Oh, there was one too. I think so. That was.
Yeah,
the
it's
first
one.
one.
yeah,
There
it's
was
the one
another
side.
one.
What did the other one say?
Nah, there was another one at the beginning.
Was
It
there?
said monetized. So Shesh's channel is monetized. That
Yay!
said.
Thanks, guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Yeah. Whoever it is, if they can just put their name here again, I will repeat your name. I'm so sorry about that. But yes, we had a
Thank you.
$2 super chat too that said
So-
Shesh is monetized.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Sorry, I can't actually see the chat right now because I'm working off a single screen. And poor
Yeah, I'm
internet,
checking my
so
phone for the.
hopefully the lag is probably still like crazy long. It's like 10 minutes of lag. So bad. Well, is
Yeah, I
there?
think so.
I don't
At
think we
least we're
really.
here.
I don't think we really want to delve too much into the psyche of why people might be so upset about this person's channel. As in, like, why would people upwards of 40 years old go so far to just
Yeah.
try and destroy this 18-year-old who was 15 when they started?
That's what I mean. I think we have enough time right now to go through all that.
I have to do
I
another
think-
stream.
Oh
To
my
read some
god!
case
How long
studies.
have you been streaming?
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
have you been
But
streaming?
I don't know.
It
can't
was
see
an
it.
hour. An
Okay,
hour
I
and
sent a
15
sticker.
minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'll use it
Okay.
a sticker.
Yeah, we can have another.
Hour and 5 minutes.
So
I
the-
sent a
Six now.
sticker.
is there anything else that we think we need to cover with this? I think that what this turns into is like, here's the next step. We need to talk about how do we help these kinds of situations. When I'm not saying help Lillee specifically. I'm saying when you see this kind of shit going on, when you see people posting these kinds of exposed videos, because I mean realistically, I think we here just exposed the exposed videos, to be honest. But how do you tell
Yeah.
when somebody's doing a legitimate expose, and how do you tell when somebody isn't, and what do you do when you see this kind of behavior? What is a legitimate action you can take to involve yourself to stop this kind of shit from happening to not even necessarily Lillee? If you're not interested in helping Lillee out, that's fine. But if you see it happening to other people that maybe you do care about, like maybe it's your own kid. What do you guys think?
Okay, today I will shut up and I will speak because I always go first. So
Well,
Sweet, would you like to go first?
my only thought, yeah, I guess.
what?
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Like, what was the question again? So, no, so as far as what you can do, I think that when it's community-based like this, when it's a situation where it's online and you're part of a group, and even if you think that people are coming at it from a legitimate angle, like I said, I think calling out the rotten apples on your own side, like a lot of different things that can go for, is really important, because a lot of this being perpetuated seems to be from almost even fence sitters that just don't want to really, because they think, well, maybe they deserve it somehow, but they're not understanding the severity of the issue and not getting sucked into those conversations. When you're questioning somebody and saying, well, why do you feel like she deserves this? And they're like, well, because of this.
Yeah.
Instead of arguing about whether or not they did that thing, back to it, why is this justified? What is your goal? What are you
Right.
trying to get at? And then how they respond kind of lets you know how honest they're being. And
Right.
you can kind of get their motives from there.
I agree. I think that's a really good approach, is talking about why do you think this is justified? Why do you think this is okay? Because even at the end of the day, that one mother I was talking about ended up deleting half of the messages. Now keep in mind, she didn't delete the ones accusing Lillee of shit. She only deleted the messages that made her look bad.
Mm.
Telling.
Whoa, that's like another level.
Interesting.
Mhm.
That's another level of dishonesty. Seriously, wow.
Yeah, so it's like, no, you
Whew.
straight up got exposed for saying that you think it's okay for anybody on the internet to bully your daughter because of your and bully her out of a career and send her death threats. I hope your daughter doesn't see this. What happens when your daughter sees?
Yeah.
You throw
Yeah.
your own kid under the bus.
Wow.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, by their own logic, their kid like, I don't ever say that you should punish the child for their parents' sin, but it's their logic that
Yeah,
they're
no,
perpetuating.
yeah, that's not what we're saying. That
Right?
was what
That's
they
what
were
they're
saying.
perpetuating.
They were saying it was okay to treat
Yeah.
Lillee and have these things happen to her because
Yeah.
they didn't like the way they perceived something that her mom did. Whether she did or did not do them is irrelevant. They thought
Yeah.
that she did this thing, and that's good enough for them, right?
So I will put in a big disclaimer before anyone takes it out of context. Don't ever do
Too
that.
late.
A child does not deserve that. Yeah. But by their own reasoning, their own kid is also fair game now.
Yep.
Mm.
How disgusting is that? It's
Yep.
disgusting. Like
Mhm.
it's like the disgusting
never okay.
meter just broke. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere, and that's where it starts. You don't go after a child for what you with your personal opinions about their parent. You don't do that.
Yeah. It's like it's the same reason why people shouldn't be attacking the littlest Donald Trump child. He has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, yeah.
He's just getting brought along for this poor ride. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. Like, don't attack him because you don't like his father's policies, right? And so the same thing applies
Don't
to
attack
Lillee.
the child. I mean,
yeah, leave Lillee alone.
Melania is 100% up for game because she's an adult human. She made that choice, but the little boy is,
she's also
unfortunately,
active,
he has
right?
the worst dad possible.
Melania also, does things.
Yeah.
And same with Ivanka. Ivanka is an adult who is doing things within the government, so that means, you're hitting them on the credence of their own stuff. People aren't attacking Lillee on her own stuff. You don't see people saying, her comment section isn't filled with, I don't like your eyeshadow, or I don't like that, this seems really amateur to me. It's not filled with that. It's filled with, you're a racist. You're transphobic, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, not gonna happen. This video is gonna get hit by all of those people because they don't like what we're saying. Women's supporting women's, and I'm allowed to be wrong about my opinions. You can be wrong about your opinion. You can't be wrong about facts.
For them.
Yeah.
They have alternative facts.
This is my truth.
My truth. Yeah, my truth.
No, but watch.
See how sincere that was.
I hope you guys do comment in this and kind of, we're not talking to chat too much or as much as I normally do because I can't see you guys right now, but I do very much recommend that you guys actually comment down below. What do you think Lillee or Lore, or what do you think people can actually do to assist in things like this? Whether that be Twitter, whether it be just passive individuals and being maybe less passive or more passive or not. Like, what do you guys think would be good ways of handling this kind of situation in the future? Because it's not impossible that any one of this could be any one of us. Or any one of you.
Yeah.
This could happen to you guys. And keep in mind that a lot of the places that these trolls of hers are coming from are from known troll groups, from known troll websites, where their goal is to try to convince people to kill themselves. Like, this is the kind of place we're dealing with here.
Yeah, they're dangerous. Highly dangerous. Yeah.
And we know, again, can't stress it enough, they have no problem going after children.
Oh, yeah.
With those same goals. Everything is young. My daughter's 13, and that terrifies me.
Yeah, when we did our coverage on, we listed all of the kids who had committed suicide over bullying. Like, the fact that Lillee is alive and even still putting out content is incredible and deserves support on its own. That's incredible. That is such a willpower, such a conviction and such a strong thing to be doing, even
Love.
though you must love what you do. You have to love what you do to be able to do something like that. I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Yeah, with so much conviction for so long, even after such a high magnitude of backlash.
Hell, even
Like,
Onision doesn't do what he used to do.
It's not even backlash though.
No, it's not. It's not it's
Yeah.
not backlash.
No, he
these
does.
People are...
He 100% does.
Does he? See,
No,
all of the
yeah.
videos that I've
Like,
seen,
he does-
his content changed.
No, it's completely the same. He's
Is
never
it
evolved.
trolling?
It's him sitting in front of the camera.
Oh, I take it back.
It's
then.
him.
Nikki knows,
It's him either sitting in front
I
of
can
the
only
camera.
take so much.
She knows more than I do.
Well,
I'll take
yeah,
her word
it
for
was he was a troll. He
Yeah.
was a troll.
No, it's
and he's still trolling. in a
Literally,
way.
it's the same. It's the same. It has
Okay.
never changed.
And
Like, he hasn't
take it
evolved
back
at all
then.
as a person. He's the
I have-
same person.
I've been
yeah,
corrected.
some people evolve. This guy has been given too many chances. This guy
Yeah,
has been
there's
given too many
there's a
chances.
lot more like him talking to a camera and stuff, but like honestly, it hasn't changed. He used to do vlogs,
Yeah.
skits, and then him listing off his horrible, stupid opinions, and then it's
Yeah.
just gone from one of those three things back and forth. Like,
Oh, fair enough.
he never shuts up.
I take it back then. You're correct. Point being is that I'd be able to keep making content like that or on
No.
in the same platform,
Not
in
me.
the same place after this amount of bullying. I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. I have no idea. I hope it helps her that she hasn't gotten like they've essentially tried to turn her against her mom, and that hasn't worked. She's at least strong-headed or strong-willed enough to not get caught up in bullshit. And how many people do you message her to pretending to be her friend at this point? How many? Too damn high.
Yeah.
Nikki, did you
So,
or once
maybe
have a sorry, I just want to get Once's opinion. Did you have or formally, sorry. You're going by not once now, right? It's formally here. Help me with your
it's
name.
no, it's once repressed. It's formerly
Once, okay.
it's formerly on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good God.
Sorry, you're cutting out really bad. I have no idea why.
Sorry.
But
what
yeah,
do you
no,
think anybody can do?
I really most of the time I just like I stop interacting with trolls. When it comes down to it, I see what they're doing, I make fun of them, and then I just kind of stop. But when it comes down to how severe it's been, I really don't have any opinions. I think that everything that Sweet Heathen said was absolutely 100% what I would imagine a good answer to be. Because honestly, like what she said is 100% what I would do in that situation. And I think anybody who's looking for advice on this type of harassment is should
follow what
follow her advice.
Everybody follow Sweet. Sweet's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Everybody do it.
Beep boop ba-doop boop.
Wait, that's a terrible idea.
No, it's
so
not.
I'll just
It's the best
repeat.
bad idea. Sorry.
You're bad. I'm bad. I'm bad. I know it. Ow. Okay. So okay. The first chat, the $2 one, was from Adam Morgan. If I'm not wrong.
Adam, thank you.
Adam Morgan. And then the second one was from Crosser. Third one was from me, failed at engineering at YouTube. And then we have another live chat that's from Helio. Hold on, where did it go? Where did you go? Yeah, Helios575. Here we go. I am sad that due to accidental nap, I did not get to do the first super chat. We love you, lovely ladies. Here's to a bright and lovely future. Ta-da!
Thank you, Helios.
Thank you.
Thanks, Helios.
Thank you so much.
Is that a
would
kitty?
like
It's
to-
always on the streams.
I would like to see
Sweet kitty.
I would like to see Lillee maybe be able to reach out. She has some interesting opinions on things because I've actually, done my due diligence and actually fucking spoken to her. So I would be interested to actually see her branch.
Really? Oh my god.
I would like to see her I would like like to see her branch out and maybe do a little bit more, because she's not stupid and she's been through a lot now. So I would like to see some some content come out of that. Not right now. Obviously now is not the time for that to happen, but when she's in a more stable place, when the internet is a little bit better to her, and when she's like, she will be successful if she keeps it up. She will be successful if she can hold it together, and she can ignore the trolls and get to a point and like start fostering. I think the best bet for her is to foster her own community. And it's not going to be easy because she's going to have to do it through trolls. I would say if she gets like 50 supporters, and I mean people that are supporting, not people who are following, not people who are just blindly saying whatever she says. No, I mean people that watch her stuff, enjoy her stuff. If you watch Lillee's channel and you enjoy Lillee's channel, comment more often. Let her know, because she deals with so much garbage. But if she has 50 people who are active, I think she'll do fantastically. She'll have no problem, in my opinion. If she can get like a tighter knit group that's like that many people, and I think she'll be okay. It's just a matter of, it's going to be a lot of work to get people to actually go and see her channel. Like you watch those exposed videos and and you're like, oh wow, that's pretty awful, and then you go and click her channel and you're like, what? This is not what she does. Whiplash.
He said, she said.
We have received another super chat. It's a super sticker from Unveiling the Mask of Katie Joy. It's a 4.99 sticker of a mic drop.
Thank you.
Bam!
She's
nice.
Great.
Thank you, Unveiling.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
But I think we can get last words, and I think that was basically my last words. Do you guys have last words that you want to give to wrap us up here? We're like going to be like a little bit under 2 hours.
That sounds good.
All right, Once, you go first. Let's make Once go first. Once, you go first. Now you can't piggyback off of Sweet's answer.
Okay. Stop yelling at me. You're making me nervous.
Pressure.
It's okay. Look at the kitty. Look at the. It's okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow. I know, I have my kitty right next to me. So yeah, I was just really shocked to really come into this story and just figure out what's been going on in this poor girl's life.
Yeah, because you're new to this.
None of it was acceptable. Oh yeah. I followed a little bit when you were talking to her, but not with much interest. Yeah. That type of thing just isn't my thing. But yeah, coming into this pretty fresh, it's I want to say obnoxious, but it's more than that. Like, they went out to try to destroy a young person, an underage, like a minor. They went out and fully tried to hurt her and perhaps make her commit suicide, and it just sickens me. And I think looking forward, she's gonna do great if she can keep it up, like Cheshire said. But there's really no excuse for this. There isn't. Absolutely no excuse. So I guess that's it. That's all I have to say.
Unicorn, would you like to go? And I think that's a good idea. She made mention of to say where she was coming into this before we started. So if you want to go ahead and let us know where you were at. Everybody knows that I was talking with her before and have been watching for quite a few months now. So please go ahead.
Yeah, to all the creators out there who are trying to cover the story, please try and approach both the parties before you go out and make content. If you really want to be, neutral, not neutral even, or if you want to present all the facts of the situation.
Unbiased is
and unbiased, yes, unbiased is the word. Just a request, please. And whatever Lillee's mom, in your personal opinion, Lillee's mom might have done does not justify attacking Lillee. It's been going on for too long, 3 years. She became from a 15-year-old minor. Now she's an 18-year-old adult, and it becomes even more important now because now trolls have a legit excuse. She's an adult, she can take it, kind of thing. So please stop. And for people who are worried about their kids facing such backlash or minor of issues, I would say, please don't panic. Please, your main priority is your kid. Please focus on your kid. And
Mm.
if you can block the trolls, it's fine. But if they threaten you, and if you think or actually they know where you live, then yes, you have a legitimate reason to go to the authorities. No one should stop you from doing that. Defamation and all that, trolling and all that, that goes in the background. Your main focus should be your child. And it's very hard sometimes to recognize these trolls. Sometimes they come around as they're friendly and they appear to be helpful, and before you know it, you're in too deep with them. You have told them everything about, and then they start exploiting you. There are trolls like that. So I can understand where Lily's mom, and she says, I want to talk face to face before I give you a statement or before I talk to you or give you anything
I want
official
to know
from
where
my
this is
side.
going. Yeah,
I
I want
get
to know
it
where this is
where she
going.
comes
Yeah,
from.
that's totally legitimate. That's a
Yeah.
regular expectation for any kind of interview,
Yes.
any kind of statement.
Yes.
People lie. There's videos where flat earthers have gone to go visit astronauts on the pretense that they're doing a documentary, and they lie to them, and then they're like, well, prove to me you were on the moon, you're obviously a liar. And it's like, and they get kicked out of that person's house. It doesn't make the astronaut a liar, it makes them douchebags.
Yeah.
And sorry, how did you, or where were you at when we, just before we did this video? How long were you following, or how much did you know about the story before we did this stream today?
I knew about Lily's story for about 3 to 4 months. I knew about that, but I wasn't sincerely following it. But I did know that Lily was facing a lot of trolls, and she was facing a lot of trolling, which I was concerned about, and that's why I kind of suggested in a teeny way that we should talk about this today.
Yeah.
Because
for
I
sure.
was really getting really concerned, especially now her reaching her 18 years of age thing, where people think it's an open market just to take shots at people who are not underage anymore. So yeah, that was my main concern, and I'm glad we did it. And yeah, so it was 3 to 4 months. I knew what was going on, really, and I knew some points of coming from the other side, that what they were trolling Lily about. Um, I was unsure about some. I did some verification on those, and now I'm glad that I actually brought up this topic, and I'm glad I'm standing besides Lily and her mom on this. So yeah, that's me. So please be careful. Yeah, internet, it can become a cesspool, and a parent trying to protect their child, yeah, an old school parent, you'll hear a lot of stuff from them that you think shouldn't be there. But that's your personal opinion. Hurt feelings doesn't mean that you go out and lash out on a child. Sorry, no.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, not a disagreement with either of you ladies, of course. I just, speak up, people, in whatever way you feel comfortable. That makes all the difference sometimes, really. It's a little question or word here and there, especially if you're on the side of the people doing the bad things, it really goes a long way. If you really care about the truth, if you actually care about, even if you're trying to do what you want to do to these people, or whoever it is, be it adult or child, whatever the issue is, when people are going to these extremes and even harassing people around the people that you're having an issue with, that needs to be called out. And you can do it in a kind way. You can just ask, hey, why are we going after this person? And when you do that publicly, now it creates a conversation. And a lot of people have been exposed that way. And again, it doesn't just happen to kids. Adults can go through this too. And just because people like Lillee have been shown to be strong enough to deal with it, it doesn't mean you turn a blind eye and let it go on, because there are plenty of especially young people who don't survive these kind of things. And it's not fair to just say, oh, well, they're too weak or they're a snowflake or whatever. These are harsh things for someone to deal with, even on a much smaller level. So yeah, definitely kudos to Lillee and her mom for dealing with this. I think it's incredibly impressive. Right or wrong was done, irrelevant to the rest of it. And that's what I think the takeaway needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think you cannot engage with the trolls to still help. You could still help by commenting, like, if you like what Lily's doing, or you think what she did in this video is nice or impressive, comment that. go engage more on her channel, and that will help, because it'll show a way. Being nice and giving a compliment to somebody because you did enjoy something cost you nothing. It costs you nothing, and so you can kind of support people who are going through a hard time or a difficult time, just to kind of help give them that little bit of a boost to. And even you don't have to lie about it. You don't have to like, oh, I'm gonna go comment on every single one of Lily's videos. No. You can simply, and if you don't like her eyeshadow, say you don't like her eyeshadow. You don't need to do all this extra stuff. Just be like, I don't really like your eyeshadow. Okay, cool, good talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah.
Yeah,
no.
okay.
Yeah, have conversations about it. Be honest about it. And if you don't like somebody, it's okay. But watch the hypocrisy. Watch the hypocrisy of how many trolls are going to come here and are going to probably not watch the whole video because they're not going to see this part where I'm telling them that they're going to do this. Because we had that one woman come in here being like, oh no, I should be allowed to have my opinion even if I'm wrong. We're not going to be allowed to have our opinions. We're gonna be like, women should be supporting women. I don't see how we're not supporting women in this case at all. I also enjoy how this is even a halftime show.
Or women supporting two more women.
Yeah, it's clearly not our normal content, but they're still saying that what our show should be about.
Oh, so they're telling us what content we should put. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm done. Okay, everybody, bye bye.
Unbiased. I don't know what you're talking about. This is unbiased. Look where all you can find all the hate over here. I'm being unbiased, but there were some people supporting her though. Okay, we're done. Leave Lillee alone.
Leave the kid alone.
Leave
Get
Lillee
alive.
alone.
Leave the kid alone.
And let's keep
Leave
in mind
Lillee alone.
And keep in mind how impressively Lillee has managed to flex on the toxicity and the trolls, in that she just keeps going and she keeps growing. So keep it up, girl. I'm impressed by your tenacity.
Yeah.
Leave Lillee alone.
Fuel for a fire.
Hats off. Salute.
Bye, guys.
Oh, Ilya did $20 the super chat Ilya Moon and says monetize.
Hey,
Let's end on
thanks,
that.
Ilya. Thank you. I'm gonna double check the stream, so you guys are gonna see the stream because I don't know how far away we are, so I'm gonna wait to see how far we are, because I don't know how long the lag is, because if I cancel the lag, like if I end the stream, it will end like 10 minutes early. So I just
Really?
we're gonna be here and be